baby, you know what I like. And we are talking about celebrity crushes. I said before there's someone I have a serious liking for, but we are talking celebrity crushes. You know, I'm sure most of you people out there, you love this series. You know what I'm talking about when I mention the episode where they all got to pick like 5 or 10 celebrity crushes that if they met, they would have rights to sleep with. Well, I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was thinking, oh, I know who I would choose. I have 6 up there. 6 people I would say, 6 guys, of course. The first one is Eckhart. And by the way, he was my number 1 favorite, but some of these other guys, a couple of these other guys would probably be just as much, in the number 1 spot with him. Eckhart. He's got that blonde-haired, blue-eyed thing going, but for real, of course, he grew up in Mormon, so not so sure but they're not really his family's not really like into the many wives and all that type of thing. His parents have been married for a long time, which is hence why, ladies, yes, he's single, but he's never been married. He said in an interview that unless it was someone he could stay with as long as his parents would stay together with. Yeah. He was engaged one time, though, to Emily Klein, I think was her name. She played in that series Las Vegas. Nice looking name, too. He does seem to be always with the blonde, so to us who aren't quite blonde, but you never know. And number 2, but not number 2 necessarily, excuse me, is Gerard Butler. Yes, I'm pretty sure most of you ladies out there know exactly who I'm talking about. That good-looking Scottish actor, Gerard Butler. And yes, even though he's a year younger, almost exactly a year younger than me, I would still do it. Even though generally, I like guys my age or a little older. Not much older, but a little older. I had 1 year younger, that's so much. That much of a difference to me, so. And I used to think, wouldn't it be cool if Eckhart and Gerard Butler played a movie together? And lo and behold, they do later. Of course, as you know, Olympus has fallen, and London has fallen. And for you who don't exactly know who Eckhart is, he's the one that played the president. His dimples and everything, so cute. But Gerard Butler, yeah. Number 3, and he used to be my number 1 actor for a long time, number 3, Viggo Mortensen. And by the way, to go back to Gerard Butler, he is also single and not gay. Just wanting to find the right. I think he was just too much. He didn't find just one he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. Who knows? You might be the one, but not before I have my celebrity tryst with him. Just kidding. Viggo Mortensen, though, he is taken, but not married. But he's been living with her a while, so yeah, But isn't he so cute? And here's the next one. Vinnie Jones. Oh, yeah. That one I could see riding off into the sunset with. He also makes it to the number 1 spot, along with Eckhart and Gerard Butler.
And I know most of you probably do know who Vinnie Jones is. He was what they say, a footballer or soccer. I think Manchester United he played in. But I didn't know him when he was in soccer. But he also acts, and he can act. And sings. He can sing good too. He has a band. He can sing, he can act, he's in a band, he did sports. And he's also sort of got that English accent going. I think he was originally actually Welsh, so just saying. And Liam Neeson, yes. I know he's a little bit older, but I would make an exception for him. And the last but not least, the guy I used to dream of in the 90s, Michael Dudikoff. The blonde hair, green eyes. But don't worry, guys. I like guys with dark hair too. And red hair, and all kinds of hair. As you know, Gerard Butler has dark hair. But, yeah, I think also that's nice that he had the blonde hair and green eyes. That also works, doesn't it? And he also was that cruddy, on all his movies. I really enjoy watching. I still do love watching his movies, even though I can't claim he's like at the top of my list anymore. He's still, and anyway, he is married. Has been for a long time to the same woman. Yay. You don't see them very often, so. Liam Neeson, of course, he's a widower, but I think he's single. And Vinnie Jones, another widower that's single. I think his wife died back in 2019, so he might still be a little, but you never know. We're just talking about having an encounter with them, right? Not necessarily talking about marrying them. And although I don't crush on the women, but if I was a guy or a lesbian, I have a couple of women that I would say, yay, and that I do like their acting, and I can say they're pretty. And that is, okay, hot. And that is Blake Lively. Come on, guys. She is hot, I know. And she's probably on some of your hit list with the women you would be with. And we cannot forget Scarlett Johansson. And actually, funnily enough, they both ended up with the same guy at 2 different times, though, obviously. I can't quite remember his name right now. I know I should know his name. He's an okay guy, and you're thinking, how did he get those? How did he get those women? I know he's a Canadian actor. And he is a famous actor. Well, somewhat famous. So I should remember him, but I can't right now. Scarlett Johansson had him first, and then Blake Lively. I think she's married to him now. So just have to look her up, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, he's not a bad-looking guy, but you're like, but is he Scarlett Johansson, Blake Lively? But anyway. And Jennifer Love-Hewit, she's also nice. I used to really like her too. And a long time ago, Meg Ryan. So, but Blake Lively, Scarlett Johansson, yeah, they topped the list there. Well, now I think it's great. And by the way, the 2 ladies can also act, really, and Jennifer Love-Hewit, they all can act. So it's not just another pretty face. And those guys can too. So, who is your celebrity crush? You probably have an entirely different list than I do. So, have a wonderful Friday and weekend, and And I'll probably be back on tonight with another Friday Fright Night. Remember that show, Friday Fright Night? And over now.